Hey guys, we got a 69 Charger Hellcat swap here. Basically, maybe a few weeks from starting it here. I got a few things that I still got to do to it yet, but I'll go over what all is done so far. Got a Motion Raceworks catch can, put it in the fender. I will be taking this off and bending it back up so I can properly run the lines. I'll be putting them through here where those two little dots are. It should go right above the proportional valve for the brakes and the brake booster, right in between those, and then come up into here and be super clean. I will be getting a just regular 90 instead of this because we don't need a sensor, so it'll look a little bit better. We got the black nylon brake lines, same as here down here. I will be fixing this a little bit better and putting some grommets and stuff so nothing gets messed up, but so a full QA1 suspension, Willwood brakes all the way around. We got the Wizard radiator, and we cut off the top coolant hose line and welded some AN lines and made a nice AN line here. Also welded a AN line here. These are both 20 AN lines, and got the thermostat housing powder coated. We got the green belt. That's the part number for it if you guys ever need it. Got the lid powder coated. Got the valve covers powder coated black. Welded on some AM fittings for the catch can on the valve covers here. And then we got the fuel line adapter from 4 that allows us to make our AN lines, and it goes down to the fuel regulator right down there. And then I'll put that back on. This is a 45 degree and it fits perfectly without having to modify this cover. And then yeah, the lines will run back there. We got the heater core, or not, sorry, I'm sorry, the supercharger coolant lines that will come here and go down. They will be going along in the engine, and then the engine mount, and then they will pop out here somewhere back up into the pump and the coolers, and then also the tanks. I'm going to make some tanks that sit right here. It'll go here, and an overflow tank right here. Yeah, painted the engine bay black. I do have to wet sand to get all the little dirt specks out and everything that are in it. I made a firewall. There's a template right there. A firewall to block off all the holes, and only made for the essential holes that are needed. Mounted the PCM inside, so the PCM goes through here, and also the heater core lines go inside here, straight through the firewall. Right here into 10 AN coolant lines. And we also, instead of the control valve that comes in the vintage AC, I got a metal control valve so I can use the AN lines, braided AN lines as well. Here's a PCM mounted up underneath the dash. I had all the wires tucked nice and neat, but the owner wanted to reupholster the dash, so we ripped it out and got it reupholstered. And then the distribution box mounted right here on the side. The AC lines will be going straight out here through the fender, and then back out underneath the fender into the bottom and around to the compressor and whatnot. We got the electric window regulators put in, so we have electric windows. And we got the brake pedal hooked up. We will be putting in the stock steering column, we'll just be taking out the shifter, since we have a shifter that goes on the tunnel itself, which is right here. So it's electronic. We don't need to have a linkage or anything, just one connector there. And we got a Holly gas tank, I believe. I don't remember, honestly, can't remember. And for the wiper motor, we got to find a different wiper motor because this one does not fit. Yeah, so we will be taking out that pin right there to take out the selector, because it's not needed since we have that. What else? Ripped off the vinyl roof because we will be wrapping the whole car a different color, which is why we painted the engine bay black, because whatever color we wrap it, it'll match it. And then we have the trans lines that go here. I will be putting a grommet here, but they go through this hole that we drilled. It goes here through the frame right there, and then it's zip tied along the engine mount, and then goes around the dipstick and then back over to the back of the trans. So when you look down here, the only part of the lines that you see are right here, but other than that, they run along the engine mount here, and they're away from the headers. So yeah, we'll be running the coolant lines as well, same way along the engine mounts, up, over, away from the headers, and straight up into the supercharger back there. As far as that goes, then we have the pump here, which is all routed here, goes through the reinforcement plate down along the sidewall over there underneath the fuel regulator, so you're not going to see any lines in the engine bay except for obviously what you have to see. Other than that, I shortened the whole interior harness to fit nice and neat and snug. We have the fuel pump harness that runs along the plate in there, and the battery also, battery cable. Dynamited everything except for where we do the mini tubs, because we still gotta do the mini tubs. And yeah, the headlight harness, temporary right here, but also goes through the reinforcement plate and goes right into this grommet right here that we made. That way, you know, nice, neat tuck, so you don't see any lines anywhere. Still got to make the steering shaft, which we'll probably be doing that tomorrow once we put the dash and the steering column in. Yeah, other than that, we should be rocking and rolling here in a week or two. The only thing I really need to do right now before I can fire it is connect the wire for the starter and a couple grounds. Other than that, I mean, it would start right up. It's got the full fuel system and everything. And it's got a push start as well. We put a push start in it, and it's got a key fob and full alarm system and everything. Wherever it's in this mess somewhere, but I'll show you guys later once it's pretty much close to being done. Still got to put the AC compressor in and obviously make the AC lines, but the most important part for me was getting that EVAP box in so I can put the dash in. It's a lot easier just to do it while the dash is out, so that way I can make all the custom lines and stuff. But yeah, like I said, still gotta sand this and cut and buff it. And then we got my personal car, my BRZ, that I'm doing a Hellcat swap on. Also, not right now, but in the future, I will be doing carbon, quarter panel, door, fenders, you know, the whole car. Roof, cut off the quarters, do the bumper, do the trunk, you know, all that fun stuff. Right there's my Hellcat engine from a 2021 Trackhawk. Yeah, it's only got 300 miles on it, so this will be, you know, a project for sure. And then I will be doing, not right now, I'm gonna get it running first, get it going, but I will be doing titanium tubular front end and a titanium firewall, along with a titanium, I don't know what you would call that, brace for the steering column and everything, as well as a roll cage. But yeah, basically cut off this whole thing, and then this will all be titanium all the way around. My neighbor is going to make me some carbon axles, possibly a drive shaft as well. And my future goals for this thing will to be all-wheel drive with a sequential, and also have a hydro e-brake in it. Obviously, future, not right now, anytime soon. But yeah, and then got my buddy's Whippled Raptor. Pretty dope truck. Getting the some stuff fixed on it, so we'll be getting that back to him within a few weeks. But yeah, other than that, that's all that's going on right now. Shop's a little bit of a mess, but we'll be cleaning up once I get a little bit more time. We had it clean last week, but you know how that goes. It gets pretty dirty pretty quick. Do also have, I forgot, the cluster for it. That's for the charger and the battery box. Oh, and right there's a push start box, but we also got these intake halo lights for the conversion for this, and basically one for each side, here and here.